Let me tell you something that nobody has ever sat down to you and explained. You might be living a life that was already decided for you even before you were even born. Not because of fate, not because of God punishing you, but because of patterns, because of cycles, because of things that have started way before you have got here.
Just make sure God is a part of it. Don't let that go over your head. Don't let none of that go over your head. Just do things, involve God. He's always there for you. But sometimes, because I remember being young and you want to push it. No, let that, yes, bro.
Because of things that happened way before you have even got here, and nobody ever stopped them. Your father drank. His father drank. His father did the same thing. Your mom accepted toxic advice. Her mom accepted toxic love. And now you're sitting here wondering why your relationships feel like chaos. And you think it's you, and it's not. You inherited more than your last name. You inherited pain.
So long. You're going to get to the next level. You got to keep grinding. You got to keep being real. Keep being authentic. Stick to what you know. I know everybody moving past you. I know everybody. I know it seems like you behind, but you not. You're going to get to the next level. Stay true to your authentic self. Stay true to your soul. You know, it may seem like you behind, but you really ahead of the game. Stay focused. Stay locked in. God see your heart. God see all the times that you could have chose revenge. You could have been evil. You could have did this and that third. You looked over a lot of stuff. This your season. Stay locked in. You got it.
You might be asking yourself, what are generational curses? So let's break this down for real. Because people hear generational curse and they think it's some spooky, mystical movie type of thing. Nah, a generational curse is just a pattern of behavior, trauma, or mindset that gets passed down like it's normal. That's it. It's not always loud. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it looks like nobody in your family talks about emotions. Everybody avoids accountability. Anger is the only way people communicate. Love feels conditional, and survival matters more than healing. You don't even realize it's a curse, because to you, that's just how things are. That's what you grew up in, and that's what felt normal.
God has brought you through to be in your position. Because I promise you, the moment you forget God is the moment He will take it all away. The moment you forget God is the moment you lose. Understand that without God, you are nothing. Without God, you are nobody. But when you finally start to see success, when you finally start to see the brighter outcome, do not think God played no part in it. Because I've seen so many times where people will go up, people will see success, people become millionaires, and they forget God.
But here's what most people don't realize. Most of the cycles didn't even start with your parents. They started way before that. You know, trauma stacks, then pain stacks. Unhealed wounds don't disappear. They get passed down. Your grandfather or your grandmother might have gone through things that they don't talk about, or they've never talked about. So they drank to cope. But then your father or your mother saw that, normalized it, and did the same thing. Now you're sitting here thinking, why do I feel this urge to escape? Why can't I deal with emotions without numbing out? Because nobody in your bloodline taught you how to process pain. They only learned how to survive it.
This race is you against you, man. Back in real quick, as fast as you can, because that weak voice is taking the path of least resistance. You have to fight those urges to just say, I'm good today.
So let's get real. Your grandfather or your grandmother was an alcoholic. That's not a coincidence, that's conditioning. That's environment, that's learned behavior. That's a coping mechanism getting passed down like family receipts. Nobody sat down and said, hey, let's break this. Instead, it was shown like, hey, this is what we do. The same with abuse. If someone grows up in a household where yelling equals communication, where control equals love, where pain equals normal, they didn't grow up thinking this is wrong. They grew up thinking this is love. So what happens? They repeat it. Not because they want to hurt people, because that's the only version of love they've ever seen.
When you're ready, but you gotta focus on yourself. You gotta heal yourself.
I got me. You need to heal. I love myself. I don't need anyone else to. You need to heal. Can nobody take care of me better than I can take care of myself? A lot of people believe thinking like this is practicing self-love, when in reality, it's just detrimental to the real and genuine love that we would have otherwise had we not been so headstrong.
Now here's where things get heavy. Everybody is walking around with something. Literally, everybody. That one friend that jokes all the time, pain. That person that's always angry, pain. That person that keeps pushing people away, pain. We live in a world where people are bleeding. And instead of healing, we're just leaking on each other. And then we're confused why everything feels broken. Because this isn't just about families. This is about systems too. There are certain structures in society that make it harder for certain people to break these cycles, especially in Black communities. Let's be real. When generations deal with limited access to opportunity, economic pressure, stressful environments, lack of mental health resources, cultural expectations of being strong, it creates a situation where survival becomes priority.
I need you to move forward.
But yeah, bro, just do what you want to do, bro. Don't listen, just do what you want to do. What you feel is best for you, man. But make sure that you're going hard in whatever you're doing. That's the only way. Because if you're not, then you're just a lazy ass. And we don't accept lazy asses over here, bro.
Me personally, bro, life, if you're dealing with stress, I love the gym. Like, that's a hobby I've been partaking in lately, is going to the gym. I feel like I release a lot of stress in the gym just because, like you're lifting weights or, you're letting a lot of emotion out when you do when you do exercises, you feel me? And it's like, it has a lot of benefits. It installs self-discipline, every morning to go to the gym. Finding God is a really a big thing with me. Like, before I found God, it was stress. That's why I love the relationship I have with God, bro. Like, I feel like before I found God for real, really started to connect with him, I looked at life as like you would think, like stress, problems, bad luck, whatever you want to call it. But when you truly find God and you start to connect with him and get closer to God, you start to realize that it's not stress. You shouldn't be stressed. You got to leave that stuff to God.
So that creates a situation where survival becomes priority and healing gets pushed to the side. So now we have generations of people who are strong but tired, resilient but hurting, pushing forward but never taught how to slow down and heal. And then society turns around and says, why can't you just do better? Without acknowledging the weight that people are carrying. Like, yeah, we're supposed to just wake up one day like, yes, today I will undo 30 years of trauma before breakfast. Like, come on, be serious. So if you're watching this and you feel like you don't fit in your environment anymore, like you're thinking different, moving different, questioning things your family never questioned, that's you waking up. That's you becoming aware. And awareness is where the cycle starts breaking. But let's be honest, breaking a generational curse is not glamorous. It's lonely, it's uncomfortable, it's painful, because you're not just changing yourself, you're going against everything that raised you. You're choosing to communicate differently, love differently, and think differently, and live differently. And sometimes your own family or the people around you won't understand it. They might even fight it, because your growth highlights what they haven't healed. Look at it like this. You are gonna be the one who stops the addiction, stops the abuse, stops the silence, stops the emotional shutdown. You are gonna be the first person in your bloodline to say, this ends with me. And that's not small. That's powerful. That's history changing and legacy shifting. You ever heard of something called karmatic debt? It's like emotional debt, spiritual debt, generational debt. Every generation earlier pays it down or adds to it more. And a lot of families, they have been just stacking it. More pain, more trauma, and more silence. And now it lands on you. And you're like, why does life feel so heavy? Because you're carrying more than just your own story.
On your purpose. Maybe right now, you continue to hit a brick wall when it comes to love because God wants you to find your purpose first. Right? You're trying to find love in a season of your life where God wants to elevate you, where he wants you to go on an adventure, where you get to learn so much about yourself, where you get to really understand what it is that you like and you don't like, where you really get to have those meals and those dinners, where you can splurge on yourself, where you can really pour into yourself. What if the blessing is not really coming right now and it's delayed because you're going to literally pour it all out to someone God doesn't even intend to be in your life permanent. So right now, maybe you need to see it as a positive, that everything that God is trying to give you, everything that you're working towards, is meant for you to pour into yourself. That's it. And when it's time.
But now here's the beautiful part. You don't have to carry this pain forever. You can process it. You can heal. You can change the direction. You can rewrite the script. And one day your kids won't have to unlearn what you had to survive. They won't have to heal what you didn't understand, because you chose to face it. You chose to break it. You chose to become something your past didn't teach you how to be. You didn't start the pain, but you will be strong enough to end it. And that right there, that's how legacies change. And let me say something real quick, because I know some of y'all have been noticing. You keep seeing the same number over and over again. 222 on the clock or on receipts or even on your phone. Most people brush it off like, a coincidence. But nah, for real, let's just talk about it real quick, because when I was thinking of this idea, it was 222, and I want you to know what angel numbers mean. 222 is about alignment, balance, and trusting the process. It shows up when your life feels confusing, but you're actually moving in the right direction. And that's the part that messes up people, because when you start breaking generational cycles, life doesn't feel smooth at first. Your relationships change, your habits change, your mindset changes, even the way you see your own family starts to change. And that can feel lonely, that can feel heavy, that can feel like, am I doing something wrong? But what if that discomfort is actually confirmation? What if the reason everything feels off is because you're finally stepping out of patterns that weren't for you in the first place? So 222 is a reminder, even when it feels like you're losing people, you're actually building. Even when it feels like you're alone, you're actually separating from people and things that can't go where you're going. So just think about it. You're the one questioning things nobody else questioned. You're the one trying to heal things nobody else addressed. You're the one saying, this stops with me. That's not random, that's alignment. That's purpose. That's you stepping into something bigger than just survival. You ever sit there and think, like, why am I the only one in the family that thinks like this? Why am I the only one wanting and trying to grow? Why am I the one trying to heal? Like, why me? Because somebody had to. And it was you. So when you see 222, or if you're seeing this video right now, don't ignore it. Take this as a sign. If this video found you, it was supposed to find you. You're not lost. You're transitioning. You're not broken. You're rebuilding. And you're not alone. You're being prepared. So just remember, you're on the right path even when it doesn't feel like it.
In a version that you know you can see in your mind, that person already exists. God created millions of us. We are all created by God, so our paths that we can go down have been already set, completed, and created. We just have to look and see what I need to do to go down that certain path.
So it's your boy Young Rome. I told you I'm on my grind to make quality videos this year. Quality, actual relatable videos that people like, that you would like to replay while you work out or while you go to the gym or while you do whatever you're doing. So it's your boy Young Rome, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. I really hope you appreciate and love the video. Please drop a like, drop a subscribe, and drop a comment if you enjoyed it. It's your boy Young Rome. Peace. No, I've been alone.